Aries. In the signs revealed by the movements of nature, the traits likely to dominate an Aries today are honesty, enthusiasm, and discernment. You value doing what's right, and you refuse to depend on others when it comes to work. You prefer to take matters into your own hands and focus on every detail to ensure the quality of the outcome. Financially, you are responsible and capable of planning ahead for your family's future. At home, you seek peace and order, directing your actions toward bringing joy and care to your loved ones. In love, you are attentive, affectionate, and loyal. You do not play with emotions and take relationships seriously. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for unexpected events cannot always be controlled, so choose to always be cautious. Taurus. According to the signals brought by the movements of nature, the traits likely to emerge in a Taurus today are being quiet, focused, and resolute. You tend to remain silent in situations that don't suit you, especially in senseless matters. You prefer to work silently and dedicate your attention to meaningful tasks. You are trustworthy, organized, and not easily swayed by emotions when making decisions. Within the family, you are known for your careful nurturing, especially in matters of health and daily needs. You do not tolerate rudeness or offensive jokes. Instead, you strive to be a model of grace and respect. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for with every passing moment, unexpected changes may come, so always be ready and observant. Gemini. In the signs given by the movements of nature, the traits emerging in a Gemini today are a playful spirit coupled with responsibility, cheerfulness tempered by discernment. You are capable of balancing lighthearted social interactions while making sure not to give your trust easily. You are careful when expressing emotions and don't easily confide in just anyone. At work, you are disciplined and skillful in managing your time and energy, which allows you to remain composed despite a heavy workload. At home, you are the source of life and joy. Your presence is like a light that brightens the surroundings. In love, you are thoughtful and generous, a good listener who values your partner's feelings. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for everything can change in an instant, so stay alert and ready for whatever may come. Cancer. Based on the signals brought by the movements of nature, the dominant traits in a Cancer today are nurturing, diligence, and sincerity. You are someone who puts the welfare of your family above your own, so your decisions are rooted in care and responsibility. At work, you are patient, but you do not allow others to take advantage of it. You know when to stand your ground. You are cautious with money and do not lend it lightly without understanding the consequences. At home, you are the pillar of emotional support. Your compassion and love give strength to those around you. In relationships, you are sensitive and prone to jealousy, but you balance this with intense care and tenderness. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure. Challenges sometimes arrive without warning, so remain constantly vigilant. Leo. In the messages given by the rhythms of nature, the traits likely to prevail in a Leo today are discernment, calmness, and dignity in interaction. You avoid meaningless arguments and would rather uphold mutual respect than engage in conflict. At work, you are tireless, diligent, and not afraid to take on responsibility. Your determination serves as a beacon to others. At home, you are caring and do not hesitate to spend when it benefits your family. You dislike people who abuse trust, so you distance yourself from connections that cause unnecessary stress. In love, you are steadfast, thoughtful, and affectionate. Your love is like sunlight, full of warmth and vitality. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for even the sun rises and sets, caution is still needed with every step. Virgo. According to the messages carried by nature's motion, The traits likely to shine in a Virgo today are patience, orderliness, and strong principles. You are not ruled by emotions and instead prefer to act with logic in every situation. At work, you are naturally hardworking and serious about your duties. You dislike laziness and directionless environments. You feel most comfortable in neat, quiet, and organized settings. Within the family, you are the planner, the overseer, and the one who ensures a better future. You are good at saving and know how to wait for the right moment before taking action. In love, you do not give your heart easily, but when you do, you are sincere, faithful, and willing to give your whole self. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for with every passing moment, new signs appear that must be considered and prepared for. Libra. According to the signs brought by the movements of nature, today Libra may embody diligence and strong determination. With discipline in both words and actions, you are careful in decision-making and possess a clear vision in life. In the field of work, you are serious and resourceful, always seeking better and more solid ways to earn and progress. You're not easily deceived and can discern people's true intentions. You are honest, direct in communication, and dislike beating around the bush. In matters of love, you are naturally affectionate and nurturing, doing everything possible to keep the relationship strong. Financially, you are practical and disciplined in spending. You prioritize essentials and avoid being swayed by temporary desires. And always remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly, so always practice caution. Scorpio. Based on the signs brought by the movements of nature, today Scorpio may demonstrate enthusiasm and sharp thinking. At work, you are analytical with every step and do not let emotions cloud your judgment. With a cheerful disposition and positive mindset, you don't easily lose heart even in the face of challenges. You are reserved in speech and cautious in dealing with people, especially in the workplace. Gossip and negativity don't interest you. You have deep concern for your family, and every action is rooted in their well-being. You are financially responsible and not easily swayed by deceptive offers. In relationships, you are loyal and dependable, not one to easily let go of meaningful emotions. And always remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly, so always practice caution. Sagittarius. According to the signals from nature's movement, today Sagittarius may show great energy in every task and sharpness in using time and strength wisely. Hardworking by nature, you never let opportunities go to waste. You are clever in finding solutions and willing to strive for a better future for yourself and your loved ones. You dislike deceit and avoid unjust matters. You are discerning in dealing with people, especially in business or lending. You dislike noise and arrogance, preferring a quiet life filled with purpose. You become more effective in your work when surrounded by peace and given time for deep thought. Rest is important to you, and you highly value peace of mind, especially at day's end. And always remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly, so always practice caution. Capricorn. Following the indications given by nature's rhythm, today Capricorn may exhibit patience and nurturing qualities, especially toward family. You always prioritize your loved ones, even at the cost of exhaustion and sleepless nights from work. You are careful with words and actions to avoid misunderstandings. You are not entertained by gossip and keep your focus on things that contribute to long-term success. You are cautious with money, have spending control, and are not quick to lend. You believe in the value of hard work and perseverance, and from a young age, you have strived to build a secure future. You choose to spend only on things that matter rather than on fleeting wants. And always remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly, so always practice caution. Aquarius. According to the signs brought by the natural forces, today Aquarius may display a sense of responsibility and strong principles. You place great importance on your work and refuse to neglect any duty. You are careful in dealing with others and avoid conflict or misunderstandings. When you make a promise, you keep it, especially when it involves your profession or family. Even when the day becomes difficult, you don't give up and continue to fight for what is right. You love your family and always prioritize their well-being over your own. You don't lend money impulsively and always consider the broader impact of your financial decisions. You know how to hold back in spending and ensure that every cent has purpose. And always remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly, so always practice caution. Pisces. Based on the movements of nature, today Pisces may show diligence, honesty, and responsibility in all endeavors. You are uncomfortable with anything deceitful and prefer walking the straight path toward success. At work, you are focused and prioritize long-term goals over short-term pleasures. At home, you are careful with your words and actions, showing concern for the emotional well-being of every family member. You aim to maintain positive energy in your surroundings, choosing peace and kindness. In financial matters, you don't make decisions lightly. Every plan is well thought out, always aligning with long-term benefit. And always remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly, so always practice caution.